let me start off with a question. How many of you guys go shopping just because they're down? Yeah, shopping really lifts your mood up, especially if you find your perfect fit or if things are on sale. We go shopping for every occasion, after a fight with our friends, after a breakup, after a really boring day, in hopes that one new thing can heal everything. We're all guilty of that. I'm guilty of being one of those people. Let me give you a recent example, and any college student here will relate to it. You know those never-ending days in college with 5 new lectures and 1,000 new submissions, and you feel that everyone's already done with everything except you, and you feel like you're already bound to fail? So yeah, this is what happened to me today. Okay, actually this is what happens to me every day, but today I was so tired of constantly trying that I decided to go and give myself a break and pamper myself with shopping. So today I bought a bag. And not just any bag, I bought a brag bag. I bought a new MK burgundy backpack with a hint of black in it so that it matches every single outfit I have. Today, I bought a bag and texted all my friends about it and they loved it. But Sarah bought an LV bag which is pink with a hint of gray in it, which is my fave contrast. And you know how it kills you when you think you made the wrong choice and you can't think about it because things go out of stock in a blink of an eye. Today, I bought a bag which was on sale, which is a super important moment because it's an opportunity. And you have to seize the opportunity, right? Today, I bought a bag and on my way home at 10 p.m. on a very cold night, I saw a figure coming from the corner of the street. I saw what seemed like a girl but was covered in too much filth to be noticed. I slowed down the car out of curiosity to see that figure. Here she was 6 or 7. She was wearing the remnants of a yellow t-shirt and black pants, and I hoped she forgot her shoes on purpose because she wasn't wearing one. But the first thing you notice about her is that she has eyes that tell stories and a face that shows pain. Her body was so frail that it was shaking like an amusement park game. We were in December. I pulled over the car and I asked her, "What's your name, Habibti?" She said, "Asma." I told her, "Where are your parents? Where is your mom or your dad?" She couldn't reply because her lips were sealed from the ice cube of the weather we were having. So I gave her my jacket, and with a smile as innocent as a newborn and warm as the sun rays in the morning, she said, "Shukran, thank you." And then out of nowhere, she started crying, and I couldn't help myself but to hug her and beg her teeny tiny self to tell me what's wrong. She said, "I have never seen my dad, and my mom passed away a week ago. And when she left me, the owner of the room we were living in told me I had to leave. I told him, 'Please sir, let me stay. You love me and you love my mom. I'm a good girl, I promise.' But he then explained to me that there is no good in the world worth the rent of this room. He said, 'Asma Habibti, one day you'll get that there's no good in the world but money.' But I didn't get it. He loved me and he loved my mom. My mom was a very good woman. She worked every day and gave him his 150 pounds every month." It paused in my head. 150 pounds. I asked her to continue. She said, "I had to leave. It was easy, for I had nothing to carry but a locket of my mom and I. I stay every day in a different place until someone like Amma Abdu comes and tells me I have to leave for all sorts of reasons. This is a shop, you're blocking it, or do you know who lives in that building, or calls me a name other than my own." She started crying harder and harder and tried to grasp for air. I asked her to continue. She lifted her head up and looked me in the eyes and said, "I haven't found any kindness in the world since my mom's hug went to God, so I asked God to give me the warmth of her hug. So he sent you to me to give me this jacket." Today, I bought a bag. I bought an MK burgundy bag and Sarah bought an LV bag. And I was so confused of which one to pick. I was so worried to lose the opportunity. I was pathetic. I had the audacity to call this a choice, a bag with the life of a kid named Asma, a kid as delicate and sweet as they come. 150 pounds, a lunch with my friends, the upper elite of the society. And then I wondered how many of us lived in complete oblivion that there are people out there who are stripped down of life's basic needs. Yeah, we live every day in nonchalance like these do not exist. We live in a bubble surrounded by all the love for what the materialistic world has to offer. We all get lost in the labyrinth of life and we often forget to look around. We fast forward through life rushing and bolting, forgetting those who tripped and fell down since day one and are still stuck back there. Today, I bought a bag and the feeling of shamefulness is running through my blood and I want it to be engraved in my DNA. I want to remember this day that the world made me forget. Now, I'm not saying you should degrade yourself from the little things that the world has to offer, but you need to see that the world is bigger than a bag you bought or a cancelled outing or a cancelled trip. You need to see that the world is so much bigger than just him, her, you, or I. The world, him or I. Because if you pause for a moment and look around, and I mean really look around with all your senses, you'll see that the universe does not function one human at a time, but in fact it works as a summation of all of us together. So put this in your head. One for me and one for the next person in need I see. Because God has blessed us with countless gifts, so we cannot forget to pay our debts. Don't forget those whom the universe forgot. Show some kindness to the ones who've been scarred. Be a momentary glimpse of life to someone who forgot what life felt like. Yasmine was still under my arms, and trust me, I did not know how I did that either, but I asked her if she would grant me the privilege of coming home with me till the morning comes. She hesitated and looked around, and I think at this moment she remembered that she had no one to ask, and with a sparkle in her little brown eyes, she nodded, and at this moment I felt like I left a little bit of hope in someone. This is more than I've ever wanted.